Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are drafting March of the Machine here on the channel, a set that's been out for at least a week and a half now, and is getting relatively rave reviews from the community. It's been a pretty fun set. It's had its moments of despair and moments of triumph for us here on the channel, and I'm sure for a lot of you as well. But it's been overall pretty fun. I think this will be our 5th non-early access draft here on the channel. But before we get into the content, a little bit of housekeeping. For those interested in giving back to the channel in any way, there's a link in the description to the Daily Draft Patreon page. Your consideration is appreciated. You can get access to things like the Daily Draft Discord, as well as early access to content for those of you that are interested. And for those of you that would like to give back in a way that is non-monetary, you can go ahead and just drop a subscribe on the channel. If you're new here and you find yourself still watching halfway through this and you would like to give back to the channel in any way, those are 2 great ways to do it. Again, totally optional for both of them, but one of them is free. And for the Patreon page for Daily Draft, it is as little as $1 per month, which is effectively nothing. If you think that if you would like to give back to the channel in a monetary way, that would be greatly appreciated. You do get benefits for doing so as well. So thanks for your consideration. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's draft. Okay, here we are with a tough pack one, pick one, because I really do like the black-white deck in this format, the Phyrexians deck. Bloated Processor is a great card in that deck, and so is Norn's Inquisitor. This card is very, very good, but so is Bloated Processor. What does this one even do? I can't remember. Okay, so 4 mana, 12/12, but it has 5 slumber counters. Counts as a land. And you can remove some to get some. I mean, that is pretty good, but I've really liked black-white. And there's a chance we wheel the Sanctifier, the Defector, or the Invasion here. All of which would be pretty good. But Bloated Processor's quite good here. I don't think Nord's Inquisitor wheels. In fact, it's probably going to go 2nd or 3rd pick here. But we'll take Bloated Processor. It's still a great card. Okay. Now there's Completed Huntmaster, which is also pretty good in a Phyrexian deck. You know, if you can get things like the Ichor Drinker, this goes really, really well with that. Because it sacrifices, it incubates 3, and it can also incubate 2 for itself if you get it into the yard. Which is really good. The Sanctifier is not outstanding, but it's a 2-drop that I would play in this deck, and Surveyor is always fine as well. Same with Timuret. Doubt any of this wheels, so I don't think we're going to get anything back out of here except maybe the Recycler, which I'm not super high on. But we'll go ahead and take the Huntmaster here. And now we're looking at Invasion of Zendikar, I think is the best card in this pack. And we could be black-green Phyrexian kind of sub-theme here. But there's also an Angelic Intervention and a Tiller of Flesh. I found that this deck doesn't really do combat tricks a ton, although there is an Angelic Intervention here that I'm probably taking. This is really tough between the Intervention and the Invasion here. If we go with the Invasion, these cards become worse, particularly the Processor, although this is just good in any deck, right? I mean, but if we end up black-white, I'm going to miss the Intervention for sure. That's tough. That's really tough. I think I'm going to take the Invasion. It's a pet card of mine in this format. Yeah, I'm already regretting a little bit, because Phyrexian Awakening is a card I love. 3 mana, incubate 4, and Phyrexians you control have Vigilance. This card has been outstanding whenever someone casts it against me, and I've yet to cast it against someone else. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this here. And we'll see if the Invasion makes the deck or not. Alright, very underwhelming pack here. There's a Consuming Aetherborn, but that doesn't really have a place in the format. There's a Cut Short, but that is much more of a defensive card, and I don't know if this deck is going to be very defensive. There's a Dune Shaper, which is whatever. There's a Halo Hopper, which is whatever. I guess I can take the Cut Short. I could also just take the Backwater in the event that we need to splash something blue, like if we find some some really late... Oh, I can't remember the name of the card. The 3-mana bounce spell that surveils 2. We could splash that card. I'm not really going to miss a cut short in this deck, I don't think. Alright, 6-pick Norse Inquisitor. Now we're cooking here. That's what we're looking for. There's no way the other one wheels, does it? Yeah, this card is great. 2-mana 1/1 incubate 2. Whenever permanent you control transforms into a Phyrexian, put a 1/1 counter on it. So what makes this card so good is that they don't want to remove the 1/1, but they need to remove the 1/1. So it's like this weird balance that they never really want to put up with here. Alright, not a great pack. We could take Tranquil Cove to, again, leave outs to blue splashes. We could take just a random Halberd. I don't think the Bola Slinger is what we're looking for. Unsealed Necropolis could be fine here. I wonder if that's playable in this deck. It's better than just about everything else. I'm just going to go ahead and take it here. Here's an Ichor Drinker that's pretty late. It goes very, very well with our completed Huntmaster. Gonna go ahead and take that one. Okay, so a lot of the white cards did come back. We notably did not get the Norns Inquisitor, but I didn't expect that to wheel. So what's the Invasion of New Capenna? Sack an artifact, a creature, exile a creature, and then you put each other creature that shares a type with it. Okay, that's pretty good in Phyrexians here. You're gonna have to look out for the curve. We might wheel a Sanctifier in this next pick, but we'll take our first battle here, and we did wheel the Sanctifier. So that's a pretty good wheel here. Doubt we're playing green. We're going to miss out on that combat trick, but I think it was worth it for speculating on one of my favorite cards there. So, alright, Tiller of Flesh. That was the pack with the combat trick. Clearly that's gone, so other people are in white, but that's fine. That's expected in a pod of 8 people. Infected Defector, all these cards are fine. We're going to need to look for some of the uncommon payoffs for this deck. Right now we just have Inquisitor and Processor. But we're going to need to find cards like the 2 black-white uncommon, as well as maybe the 2-mana, whenever a Phyrexian dies, you surveil 1 that incubates 3. There's a couple of cards that we can get as payoffs. The Awakening is kind of a payoff. Gives everything vigilance, which is good in this format to like pressure your opponent's battles and not leave your battles wide open. So not bad. I'm liking our start so far. I think our deck is open. So we'll see if we can open something powerful here in pack 2. Halberd Wield. I'll leave it here for now. What do we get? Alright, there's a Zephyr Singer, but that's not for us. Invasion of Xerax is a great card that is also probably not for us. Although we could splash it here. With our backwater. But with the card as good as Collective Nightmare, I don't think I'm going to be passing this. If this wasn't in the pack, it'd be tough between Xerax and Freewheeler here. But yeah, Collective Nightmare is just a great card. We're just going to go ahead and scoop that up. And I guess we get another one. Preening Champion and a Forest Dispersal in the same pack. That's the card I was talking about earlier, Forest Dispersal. I wonder if the Ichor Drinker wheels. My guess is no, because it's the only black card left in the pack here. But I would love for it to wheel. We'll take the Collective Nightmare here. Okay, Inganessus goes great, but not for us. There's an Attentive Sky Warden. I wonder if this is kind of a payoff. Aetherblade Agent is a card I like. Aerial Boost is good with our Tiller of Flesh. Tiller of Flesh is also good with Collective Nightmare because it says whenever you cast a spell that targets 1 or more permanents, doesn't have to be a combat trick, it could be a removal spell too. This also pressures the only battle we have as well. I guess I'll take the Sky. What's our curve look like? It's pretty heavy on the 3s, although these are kind of like 2s. I don't love this pick, but I'll go ahead and take it here. We'll see. Okay, so that's like the impulsive draw one. We have a Scornblade Berserker. We have another Tiller of Flesh. Cavalier's not great in this deck. We have 3 Knights. The Agent is good. And the Battle Fan. That could be a card we could play. But I'm going to go ahead and take the second Tiller here. Interesting. What does this one do? You and permanents you control gain hexproof. Prevent all damage that black and red would deal to creatures you control. How about Furia? Whenever you cast your second spell, look at the top 3. So you impulsive draw, or you draw from the best of the top 3 whenever you cast a second spell. And another Skyward in here. The Surge seems pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to take the Surge over Furia. That's tough. Well, here's another Furia, I guess, right? Could have another Furia, a Battle Fan, a Scoured Barons. I don't think I want... I could play an Etched Familiar, but look at our 3-drop slot. It's kind of crowded. When you play these 5-drops... This is much more of a grindy 5-drop. I'm wondering if this deck is more aggressive or non-aggressive. Right now it's kind of in the middle. I guess I'll take this Furia. Maybe we wheel one of those cards. There's a lot there. An Angelic Intervention, pick 7. Great news for us. Nothing here. But that's okay. So we really need like a bomb. That's what we're missing in this deck. I guess Bloated Processor's pretty close. But, I mean, if our opponent just... We're also missing a couple of... Alright, so that's a pretty good pickup for us. We're missing some of the 4-drop removal spell. I'm just lost for... gosh, Avar's Dispersal, pick 10. Is that worth splashing? Probably not. I don't know if I'm going to play this Defector, though. Alright, Aerial Boost, maybe. Battle Fan, potentially. We're going to have some tough cuts to make here. We got a lot of cards. Yeah, Deadly Derision. There's the card. That's what the one I was trying to remember. Would love a Deadly Derision or 2 in this deck. We have double Collective Nightmare. We need interaction. And I would like a copy of the... I got a Skywarden anyway. So it did wheel out of the pack that I said it might. Jin Gataxius. Well, not for us. So there's a Skittering Surveyor, an Etched Familiar, Doombringer, Scroll Shift for us. I suppose it's just Etched Familiar here. It's a very underwhelming pick. How good is Scroll Shift for us? What is it? So, Artifact, Creature, Enchantment. So it's good with the Awakening. It's good with Battle Fan. It's good with Inquisitor. It's not outstanding in our deck. I'll go ahead and take the Etched Familiar here. Gift of Completion was the card I was talking about, but I'm not sure I'll take it over another Collective Nightmare. There is a Breach the Multiverse. I don't think that's great. Everything becomes a Phyrexian. Everything basically is a Phyrexian already for us. There are 14 Phyrexians and 15 creatures. Alright, what... It's I just found it was Furia. I was gonna say, what's the one card that's not a Phyrexian for us, but it's Furia. I think I'm gonna take another Collective Nightmare here. It's just a really, really good removal spell. And now we do have another Phyrexian Awakening. So we're kind of striking out on our options to get like super busted cards here, but we're getting good cards for the archetype. Okay, so Seraph of New Capenna. I haven't really liked this card very much. It's too slow. There's an Alabaster Host Intercessor and a Traumatic Revelation. This is a card I have liked quite a bit. But the Intercessor is also really good. And it's a land cycler. I would not mind playing a copy of this, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Intercessor here. Ichor Drinker number 2, you love to see it. Go ahead and take that. Elspeth's Smite. I think that's a card we can play. Don't think we need either of these, so we'll go ahead and consider that. We have some cuts to make. It's going to be difficult. Definitely playing at least 17 lands in this deck, maybe even 18 because of how much we're incubating. Don't need the Dismal Backwater, which means we still need 7 cuts out of here, which is already with like 7 more picks to go. It's going to be tough. Storm the Gate, or Sun to the Gateway, Aerial Boost number 2. Sun of the Gateway is good with double Phyrexian Awakening because it incubates 2 and then it can transform a 4/4. I don't know if I'll play it though. Don't think I'm playing anything out of here. Both of these came back, but I don't think we're doing either of these things. I'll keep this just in case. Intercessor number 2, I mean, they're probably both playable here. Probably cut that. Potentially cut these. Do we have room for Unsealed and Acropolis in this deck? I'm not sure we do. Scroll Shift, probably not. I don't know how good the Skywarden is. Probably don't need Core Halberd. Gonna be a tough deck build. So, the downside of the format is we have a bloated processor, but that's our only rare here. Everything else is just commons and uncommons. And if you aren't able to get at least 1 bomb, if not 2, in this format, we also don't have unconditional removal. We just have 3 Collective Nightmares, which is a great card. But we have no way to deal with the 4/4, which I know is going to be a problem. So I'm wondering how we decide we're going to win these games here. So are we going to be more on the attacking side or more on the defensive side? We don't have a ton of 1s and 2s. This card is not super aggressive. The Tiller of Flesh is good with all of this stuff. So I think this is both of these are probably keepable. I think these are fine. This is like our best way of interacting right now. So I'm wondering if these defectors are just not good at the top. We didn't get any of the black-white uncommons that pumps all of our Phyrexians, so Bladed Battle Fan helps us keep attacking. Sunder the Gateway, that's probably not worth it here. Aerial Boost, probably not. So how many? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 cards for this, which is still good. How good is Furia here? It kind of sticks out as not really fitting in. Probably a Skywarden, and I'm wondering about Furia here. I want to try the Battle Fan. This card seems fine. So what are we sacrificing to this? We're sacrificing Ichor Drinkers, Etched Familiars, random like 1/1 and 2/2 incubate tokens, I suppose. I think we do need this card in our deck, and it flips into a great card for us. I just don't know if Furia fits in this deck. We do need 17 lands here because of all the incubate. So probably running it back like this. And I don't think we quite got there with this deck. I have liked Black-White. We'll see how well it plays out with just like a medium version of it, because that's basically what I think we have here. But we'll see. So I'll go ahead and see you in game 1 with this medium Black-White deck. Okay, we go second, and we don't have any creatures, but we have 3 removal spells right now, so I mean, I guess that means we're probably fine to keep this here. It's pretty slow, so we're gonna have to hope we don't die. War Historian, yeah. I suppose I just Collective Nightmare that now? Although, Tiller of Flesh getting value here, I think we can afford to take 3. Because what we can do is we play Tiller of Flesh next turn, attack, and then transform the 2/2. Oh wait, we don't get one yet, so. Blighted Burgeoning, yeah. No blocks. And a Streetwise Negotiator. Okay. Now we have double Collective Nightmare up next turn if we want it, which lets us incubate 2 twice if it survives, which it does not. That's going to be tough. Okay. This is going to be great. This is a great turn for us now. Holy moly, was that a good draw. Alright. Yes, please. I'll transform that for free and still hold up Collective Nightmare. Looks good to me. Now I can effectively block and hold up removal in the event that they have a combat trick, which is... well, that's annoying, but okay. Okay. Am I interested in trading here? I don't think I am, because the Intercessor can just kill that and they don't get it back. Okay. Again, we're kind of lacking the top end power, so our top decks here, I mean, we're going to struggle against cards like that is the problem. It says reach, so we can't attack. So, pass it on back. We can turn it into a 3/2. Alright, so we did deal with it. Alright. You know how it is with the land portion of the game here. I think we can't attack here because they're just going to animate this and then trade one of them for this, and then we have to take... Yeah, so we definitely can't attack with the intercessor here. Yeah, they top deck Divination on a 4/4 body, and we top deck 2 lanes in a row, so that might be the difference here. Okay. Nothing has a reach. And then a 7/5, or a 6/6 menace. Are we dead? I mean, basically, yeah. So we do like this and this. They have a 6/6, a 5/5 menace, and a 3/3 left over. Yeah, top decks, folks. That's all it takes sometimes, right? I mean, they just... The top of their deck was nicer to them than it was to us. So, sure. Don't think we have an out here. Don't have any... Yeah, I can give this pro black and hit him for 4, but it doesn't really do anything, so... Alright, well... Yeah, we lose the late game. We don't really do great in the early game either, so this might be a quick one. Okay, again, it's slow, which worries me because this kind of slow is not the good kind of slow. But I think this is kind of just our deck, unfortunately. Maybe I just want this deck to be good. Maybe it's not actually good, I just want it to be good. That might be the case. I mean, we've got Inquisitor, Bloated Processor, and Collective Nightmare, and Intercessor. All these cards are really good cards, but I'm not sure they all work together as well as I want them to. Okay, that's good. At least we found another land. We found our black source here. Alright, we'll see if they have Volcanic Spite or not. Looks like they don't. Okay, they have the +1/+1 Lord. The counters Lord here. I don't think I want to trade, so I'm just going to play this, and I can flip this potentially next turn for free, which will flip it into a 3/3. And then I could also cast Collective Nightmare. Actually, this could end up being quite good for us. So we do that, we play Tiller of Flesh, and never mind. This isn't black, is it? This isn't a color. So we can't still cast Collective Nightmare if we cast the Tiller of Flesh here. But I think I'm going to anyway. We can afford to take a damage. We just have to hope they don't put a counter on this. If they do, then we're in trouble. They have the fight spell, or the bite spell, I mean, so. Not great. This thing has not survived very long yet. It's got menace. Okay. Really wouldn't mind drawing the white enchantment that it incubates for here. I think I'll bloated processor. And get in there with Skywarden. I guess I can get in there with the Phyrexian as well. Is this a race we win? I mean, we have Nightmare right now. Is that good enough? I'm probably just trading off with Inquisitor at this point. Well, it wouldn't be trading off, but... yeah, I think we gotta fire this off here now. Because that's going to become a 5/4 here with the Kami. I think I need to trade. Just trade off with the processor and get my value. Either a 4/1 or a 3/3. I think I'll do this because the Intercessor again can eat their 3/3. So I'll just trade here. We can flip it for free next turn. Also, as we just kind of eat that for free. And then we can get in here. Turn that into a 4/4. And now we're in a decent spot. That's a good card. Guess we get in here. See how they want to trade for the 4/4 if they do. I'm sure they will. Okay, that's fine by me. Does that do it? What else you got in there? A land in Italy or something like that? Important tracker, that's fine. I think if we just Collective Nightmare the tracker, attack all, I think we win there. So, okay. Well, we drew a good curve of creatures there, so that ended up working out. Alright, we go second here now. Again, with not an outstanding hand. But I just really hate mulliganing. We just have to hope they don't kind of go off on us here. I'll do this so they don't get tipped off as to what I have. Important tracker for ramp. Not bad. Black or red. So they will have red here. Good news is they don't fix... This doesn't fix, it just ramps. So they can't cast the Heal Slasher here. But it looks like they'll be able to cast something else. What do you got? Okay, so they get a fix for their land now. Double Phyrexian Awakening. So this can come in, back up this. It comes a 4/4 with first strike till the end of the turn, so we're not going to be able to block it. So I think we just do this. Alright, we got a really slow hand here, and I'm just wondering how we're going to get out of it. We're going to be on the back foot this whole game here. Haste, yep. So I can threaten to animate this and also cast Collective Nightmare here, which is probably how I hold back their board. So... Wait, no, I keep... Oh, no, I can, because I can hold up a black. So I pay the black and then Convoke with that. So that I think that's going to have to be the plan here. And I can respond to a combat trick. Back up one first strike, okay? Okay, so they have the combat trick, which means I can try to blow out their portent tracker here. Although, let's see if they have like +2/+2. This becomes a 5/6. I give it -3/-3. It has 3 toughness. So I'm probably good to block that one. Yeah, so go ahead and get our 2-for-1 here. This has vigilance, so we can attack. So Surge of Salvation kills this. Angelic Intervention kills this and leaves it with an extra counter. This is the most mana efficient because I think I'm just going to play the other Awakening. They did just top a card, so we're going to have to watch out. I'm wondering if it could be a removal spell for this. Really hope it's not just some stupid mythic bomb. There have been worse cards that have been played against us. This is probably a race we win right now. Especially because we could play Etched Familiar and then also just Bloated Processor it down. Beat Stick. +1/+0 and Menace gets a treasure. Alright, well they're out of cards, so... Land would have been great there. Collective Nightmare is still going to be good, though. So let's do this so we can use this to convoke it, more than likely. Would deal to creatures. Okay, so we have to watch out that this doesn't get one more power somehow. They have to top deck a way to give this an extra power. Well, we can also just sacrifice the Etched Familiar here to the Bloated Processor at instant speed, which would buffer our life total by an extra 2. So we'll see if we need to do that some way. Naki Javelineer, I think that's fine. Okay. They probably weren't... No, they were officially dead. We just attack with all, get these two get through. They take 6. Okay. Well, we had it there, even with the slow start. Okay, opponent goes first. We have no black. If one of these was black, it's probably keepable. Actually, it's very keepable. But we can't guarantee that. So we'll keep this one. I think this is better. I think we have to put back the Intercessor. We could put back a land. And then if we start missing lands, the Intercessor can help us get the next one. I've seen worse plans here. See? Now we're just going to draw all the lands. Negotiator. That's going to be a good smite target. Double Collective Nightmare. Not bad. See if they want to use a trick to save it or not. Nope. Alright. Aetherblade Agent. Sure. Would be happy for them to try to flip this next turn. If they just play a land, try to flip it, we can kill it. Swamp cycling, sure. And do they play a 2-drop? No. Alright. It's gonna have Death Touch here. Okay. We're gonna see if our Tiller of Flesh will actually survive a turn. Another Cycler. Well, at least they're not hard casting these, because these are the things that our deck struggles to go against. But if they're cycling towards lands, that tells me they're going to also have another really good card here. If they flip that, so be it. We'll just kill it next turn. They will be able to draw a card here. It has Death Touch, so we can't block. Okay, so that's fine, I guess. I mean, they draw a card, but they basically paid 4 mana to draw a card there, which is, again, fine. Let's go ahead, cast the Nightmare, but I would like to keep up 2 mana here, so I can transform the Incubator token that I'm going to get. Alright, what do you got for 6? Invasion of Lorwyn. That's going to kill our Tiller of Flesh. I'm going to bet against haste here in black-green. So I'll just pass and keep up Collective Nightmare here. Land lets us get rid of another thing from the Intercessor. As soon as they play something that's too big... Well, I said I was going to bet against haste. It's going to kill our 2/2. Okay. And Timoret. That's probably just going to have to die here. Land would be not bad. Now we're kind of out of gas, so let's see what they can follow up with. Umori. That's a 4/5. And that's a land. Go ahead. Here we go. Let's start this train. Start this land train. See if we can get out of it here. Alright, they have an instant in hand. Blighted Burgeoning gives them a 2/2. Here comes the lands. Do they have a combat trick as well? That's gonna be bad. Oh no. They also have a combat trick. Oh, that's gonna be rough. Oh, they're just chumping? And they have a way to finish it off. Volcanic Spite. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna kill her. Okay, that was bad. Wasn't really expecting Volcanic Spite here. Okay, as soon as they flip that, I think we lose the game. So we have to chump. And I don't see a way to really deal with this board state right now, unfortunately. Especially with 3 lands off the top. So that's going to ensure that they flip this. And it's probably going to do us in. They're going to have like a 10-10, a 4-5, and a 3-4, and I think we're done. Yeah, I mean, again, we just... There's 3 turns in a row where they play Invasion of Lorwyn, Umori, and Ravenous Sailback. And we draw 3 lands on those turns. And that's how you lose games. Not that I can do anything about it. Oh, great. The 2-2. We got there. So now we take 13. Nope, we take 19 or something. This can't be blocked. Okay. Sure. Take 14. I don't think we have an out. Okay. Have to block here. Chump next turn and... Well... I mean... I guess that means we're alive. I didn't consider that draw. We're still not in great spot, but we're alive. They're drawing tons of lands too, so... I mean, I think we've had 5 in the last 6 turns at this point. Okay. They can kill our Awakening here. They could also just give it haste. No, alright, they'll kill the Awakening, yeah. And they draw a card off of that, yeah. Got a land. Do they just have 4 lands in hand? Well, we're fighting our way back. I mean, we're trying. I don't think we have the top end to deal with one of their, like, the top deck like Vorinclex or something. We're just like dead. We're trying, though. I'll tell you that. They deck before us. Not that it... I don't think it's going to matter, but... could. They've drawn 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 lands here. I'm going to get back Umori. I can get back a lot of things. Oof. Yeah. That's tough. Five menace. Have to block it. Do this, give it pro green. Hope they don't have removal. They have removal for this. I mean, we're dead anyway. Now we have to deal with a 5/5 menace over here. Again, we're trying, not entirely succeeding, but we're doing what we can. Sack a creature, exile an artifact or enchantment. Do we sacrifice the Etched Familiar or the Sanctifier? Etched Familiar trades with 2 of their creatures here. I guess I sacrificed this. As soon as they find removal for this thing, we're toast. They have not found it, though. We have 4 lands in our last 12 cards here, so... I don't know how we've gotten out of this, but I still think the writing is on the wall with this game. Another one. That might kill us there. I think that means we're effectively dead now. They have 5 attackers left, and we have 3 blockers. Well, 4 plus a menace, so it's kind of like 5 is why I say that. I mean, we have been struggling with these lands, I'll tell you that. That will do it, because they will kill this and then kill that, and yeah, I mean, we were just kind of waiting that one out there. Our top decks were just so bad. We had 3 lands left and 11 cards there, and we just... Granted, they had bad top decks too, as far as lands go, but their deck was just more powerful than mine, so... Alright, I suppose we're keeping this off the back of Intercessor here. But we'll go second again. Hasn't been great. Haven't enjoyed going second with this deck as often as we have. Although I can't complain, because if you watched, I believe, Wednesday's video, I think we went first 6 out of 6 games in that draft. So, we're just very streaky here with Daily Draft. That's what we do. Okay, they can get an Oculus Whelp next turn. If they have a land in hand, which they probably do. Here comes the Whelp. Don't have a transformed permanent, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. Yeah, that makes Invasion of New Capenna pretty good next turn. Depending on what they play. They play just like that 5-mana 2/3 convo. Oh god. Okay, yeah, we're going to be invasioning of New Capenna now, I'll tell you that. There's no real way to get great value out of this. So if we... Something we can do is hold it up to block, Battle Fan, block. But if they have removal, we get way blown out by that. So again, we're on the back foot with this deck. But... I mean... I wonder if it was worth cycling there just to hold up Collective Nightmare and get one closer to this one. It's possible. Have not got to cast our invitational card, Holy Frazzle Cannon, yet. But would be nice if we could. 6 mana, what do you got? Because I've got basically nothing. Okay, let's see what they find. Yeah, Stoke the Flame. That's kind of what I thought they would find. Not very good for us with our 3/4s here. Almost going to have to wait till 8 mana as long as they have this. Alright, let's see if they try to transform it here. I think I will do this here now. Let's see if they have a trick they want to use to save it. They do. Okay. So the fact that they have a Stoke the Flames in their hand now that we have double Intercessor is deeply unfortunate. So I guess we play Bloated Processor. and see if they want to try to kill it with Stoke. Would be great if they did. I'm wondering if we bait it out. So if we block the Harried Artisan, although they're just gonna flip this, right? It's gonna be a 4/5 haste. Like they're gonna flip this thing that copies their Stoke. Oh god, yeah, they're just gonna flip this. Okay, so we lose basically. Is what you're telling me. All right, this card is not good, but it's good when you play against bad decks like ours. I can tell you that. So I guess we try to just flip this here then. They get a copy Stoke the Flames now anyway, so... Huh. So do I equip this, hold up, or I can cycle, hold up Surge of Salvation, equip. Or I could just hold this. I don't think I'm casting both of these as long as they have that card is the problem. I guess we end the turn here, and they kind of have 12 direct damage to the face. As long as Stoke the Flames, they just hit us for 4 and then deal 12 more. Or 8 more. So we're kind of at 6 right now. Okay. Okay, so that actually makes this pretty good here now. So, well, not pretty good, but I mean, slightly better. Let's see. So we get rid of this. They try to stoke the flames. We Surge of Salvation. So let's let them copy it here. Try to target the bloated processor. And then we'll just protect them. Now that was kind of the blowout we needed to kind of get back into this game. But as long as they have this, any instant sorcery top deck is going to be really good for them. Effectively only have 3 cards in hand over there, but they could be good. They've got access to 9 mana. Or 8 mana, I guess. Oh. Okay, so they're going to copy this, then eat this, and they get that back. So by sacrificing it, I suppose... Oh, they get... No. They get double. They see triple. Oh, it can't be copied. That's right. Nice. Okay, good. The one time that actually ever came up in this format. So I suppose the best thing we can do is just this. I'm not sure that'll ever happen ever again. This card can't be copied. It tried to copy. It could not copy. Okay. They have chump blockers for days here. They do have a transform permanent, and here come our lands. You know we love them, so it'll probably end our run here now that we're going to draw at least 1 or 2 more off the top. They're going to transform this, hit us for 6, and then we're dead next turn, so... Yep. We have to draw an answer, and hope they don't have an answer to our answer, I suppose. But instead, there's the land. You know how it is at here at Daily Draft. It's just... Our deck absolutely loves to stack. Draw 4 cards, hit us for 6, and die. So our deck just, I mean, at some point it's like, all right, we really need to draw a card. Land. We really need to draw a card. We need one more card. Land. That's what we love to do here. So, I mean, it's just so frustrating all the time. It feels like I complain a lot about it, but doesn't it happen? Does it not happen quite a bit? It's what I notice a lot here, so it is what it is. Maybe I want this deck to be better than it actually is in the format. I mean, we went 2-3 here. We had Bloated Processor, triple Collective Nightmare. We're a little light on the the synergy, I suppose. The Huntmaster wasn't outstanding. It was good with double Ichor Drinker. We never got to get that combo off. We got to incubate 2 once with the Tiller of Flesh. It always died otherwise. So... The Host Intercessors both saved us and also killed us multiple games. So it was a rough run there, but maybe we'll see. Maybe Black-White isn't quite as good as I'm giving it credit for, but I've gotten run over by it so many times. So it's been tough, but either way, thanks for sticking around at the end of this video, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.